To make any multiplayer game, you need essentially three components: a client, a server, and a database. In this video, let us first discuss what each of these components are. Then we shall see how we can integrate them together to make a fully functional game with the example of a multiplayer fighting game that I had previously made. And finally, see how I'm going to design my upcoming multiplayer FPS game. Let's start. Think of your multiplayer game's entire system as a general store. You enter the shop and ask the shopkeeper for a hammer. The shopkeeper listens to your request, goes to the box where he has stored the items of his last night's murder, gets the hammer, and gives it to you, free of cost too. This seems too good to be true, you wonder. But who has ever questioned a free blood-colored hammer before? You think while leaving the shop with a shrug of apathy. In this imaginary story, you who was requesting the shopkeeper for an item are the client, the shopkeeper who is serving you the said item is a server, and the box of such items is the database, whereas the hammer is an entry in the said database. Now, one important property of a server is that it only responds when a client requests for a resource and never on its own. Hold that thought for a second while we see a more concrete explanation of how these things function by taking an example of my online multiplayer fighting game. Your game client is a godot game project where you fight. It has two request functions: create lobby and select lobby. For the former, you send the request to the server. The server makes a lobby, saves the lobby into a database, and gives you the lobby name which you join into. Other players can join the same lobby by sending the request for the lobby name via the select lobby function. Once inside the lobby, you send to the server your player state to sync with the other players. But here we run into the problem. How do we do this? Remember, the server can only serve if the client requests for an item. Here, the other clients have yet to request for the game state of other players. Without going into too much detail, we can have multiple types of client-server architecture. For this problem, we will use a bidirectional system, that is, in which you save what clients you're serving and push to them the updates without needing for the request. There are multiple types of ways to implement this. One such is WebSocket. Since WebSocket is not the topic of the video, I will just skip over it. However, if you want to see how WebSocket works in detail, you might want to give this video of mine a look. Now for the final part. Now let's go over this diagram, for which I got thoroughly slammed in Reddit, obviously. So for my sanity, let me start this part with a disclaimer. This is only a high level design. I still have yet to iron out the rest of the details. This is why it is only a part 1. So subscribe to this channel so we can together figure out this game in the upcoming parts. Anyway, here's a rundown of my high level design. At the start, we have our game client. Like before, it will have 3 functions. One to create a lobby, the second to get the list of the active lobbies for us to join into, and the third to actually select any one of the lobby entries in the list. All of these requests will be directed to our lobby service server. This server will store these created lobbies inside a database. Here is an example structure of one such lobby entry. Once inside the lobby, we have a couple of options. Let's go over them one by one. 1. We can leave the lobby in itself, and if we do so, we have to notify the other players of the same so that they can update their client. Similarly, we can ready or unready our player. Once everyone becomes ready, and if you are the lobby's creator, you can start the game. Finally, the game starts with all of you in a WebSocket connection to the server, where you can sync your player state with each other via this connection. As you can see, a lot of work is still left. Heck, we are even yet to start. My goal with this series is to give you all the hands-on information and the dirty work that I do to make my games. So, if you're interested to jump into the world of code design, white papers, and C# code, lots of C# code, stick around and be a part of this journey. Until then, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.